Welcome to Clown World Order. I am your host, Ryan, and we got a lot to get into today. So, welcome back. Please subscribe, like, and share this video like your life depends on it because it does. It does. We are Charlie now. Welcome to the front row seat of the circus, where we make fun of dummies. But let's get into it. The Charlie Kirk assassination official narrative is completely falling apart. That, I believe, most of us can agree on if you have any sort of brain, because just alone with the text messages, no one talks like, "Oh, my love, where art thou, my love? My love, I need my vehicle and there's a squad car." No one talks like that. We can all agree on that. Another thing anyone with a brain should be able to agree on is that you cannot have a bolt action rifle like the one that was found in the woods disassembled, go on the roof, assemble it with a tool, mind you, take the shot, disassemble it, run halfway across the roof within 3 seconds after you take the shot, hop off the roof, go into the woods, reassemble it just so it could be found like a prop. I don't think we buy that narrative, Cash Patel. I think there is a lot you guys are hiding from us. We have never been able to believe you before, so why will we believe you now? Just because you're appointed by Trump doesn't mean I believe you. Oh, no, it doesn't. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. I would believe almost any narrative besides the one we are given here. And I do have a side-by-side photo, one that was supposedly taken at the college of Tyler Robinson, and the other photo is one, I think it's his mugshot, or it's another photo taken of him. I think it's a mugshot one, the one that I got side-by-side comparison. And I do believe, though, because full transparency, that's what we're about here at Clown World Order. That's what I'm about, full transparency and integrity. I do have to let you know that I believe the photo from the college footage is digitally enhanced a little bit, so it's a little bit clearer. But I even looked at the very blurry image that we got all over the news and everything that the FBI put out, and it doesn't look like the same person. I mean, I don't like spreading misinformation. That is not what I am about. But what I am about here is questioning narratives that seem a little bit odd. So I am going to show you the photo side by side of Tyler Robinson, and you tell me for yourself if you think it's the same person. You see here, we have a side by side. The one at the top, I believe that one is digitally enhanced a little bit, but go look at the original one, because they just make it look a little more prominent, but it is clearer than the one that we got from the FBI. But go look at that, compare it to that. It's not even the same bone structure. And I did look at the original one, the blurrier face, because the face doesn't look at all the same either. And I did look at the blurrier face image, the official image that we got. And I do have to say the bone structure, a lot of it, the chin, everything else doesn't look like the same person. Because you see the top guy, I mean, he has a more prominent bottom half of his face. Tyler Robinson doesn't even have a chin there. You know, it just, I know in the bottom, the mugshot one, I do know he's probably like back a little bit and, you know, whatever. It's a little bit different than the top image. But just look at that. It doesn't even look like the same person. And I am going to play you a clip from Candace Owens' show today, just in case anyone watching me has any information on what she is going to share. So I do have to be fully transparent again. When I did chop up the clips, there's a middle piece missing. Because if I didn't take out the middle piece, it would have been like 17 minutes I would have you guys watch. And I thought that was a little bit too long. So there is a middle chunk missing, but the beginning, it shows you. I'm going to play it. What Candace Owens shows you is a photo that she got of someone that she talked to because she's doing her own investigation. So she got a photo from someone and they're with these two men. And one of the guys looks awfully similar to the blurry FBI photos of Tyler Robinson that we got. And she was trying to track down the two men. She did find the one guy, and he is overseas. She'll tell you that in the clip. He is overseas. And the other guy, she found someone that looks awfully similar on some goth website or something like that. On some goth website or goth magazine, there's a photo of someone with a little bit longer hair, like goth hair, and has eyeliner and looks like a twink goth man. And that goth guy, she puts it side by side, looks like the guy from the photo that resembles Tyler Robinson from the college footage that the FBI released. So I am going to play you her explaining it because she does a really good job. And if you do have any tips on who that guy is, you can email her at tips@candaceowens.com. That's tips@candaceowens.com. And so, yeah, I'll play you that now. But first, I am going to do a little bit of an ad read because this takes a lot of time to do and I want to get better and better at doing it. So making an income from somewhere would be helpful in me spending more time getting this set up. I do everything on my own right now. So, you know, I change screens, get the videos, download the videos, cut the videos. I do everything on my own. So please share, subscribe, like, follow me, share the video, clip the video up like your life depends on it because it does. Later on, I am gonna play you a video of Marjorie Taylor Greene telling Steve Bannon that CBDCs are probably coming. For those of you who don't know what CBDCs are, they are central bank digital currencies. We don't want that. It's going to be a cashless society. So if you don't behave, if you don't take your vaccines, if you don't do what Big Daddy government says, then they won't let you buy. They'll cut off your buying power because it will all be ran through the Fed. And I did a couple years ago, I did expose on this channel that the Federal Reserve they did release it, but at the time they were releasing a Federal Reserve digital currency, a CBDC, central bank digital currency. So, yeah, I'll do that later. I'm going to play you Candace Owens explaining what she is trying to figure out and who she is trying to get in contact with. But first, I am going to do an ad read for you masculine men out there. Sorry, I don't have any feminine products affiliate links yet. But for all you masculine man, soy boys, no need to apply. It is, I got this at Turning Point America Fest last year. It is a really good smelling all natural deodorant. So I signed up for their affiliate program so I could make some money doing this for you guys. And I am gonna show you the website while I read this thing. Are you a masculine man? Do you work long and hard hours? Do you need a high quality deodorant that lasts all day? Try Masculine Man Deodorant. Made in America, Masculine Man is a symbol of true masculinity, dedicated to upholding excellence and integrity across all aspects of our brand. We are not just creators of all natural grooming essentials, we are curators of a lifestyle that celebrates excellence and resilience and strength of the modern man. Our meticulously crafted products are designed not only to meet the highest standards of quality, but to instill a sense of pride and renewed confidence in those who use them. Embracing Masculine Man means connecting with a product that elevates your daily routine, leaving you feeling empowered, distinguished, and authentically masculine with every application. I have an affiliate link in the description below. Soy boys, no need to apply. This is for masculine man only. And ladies, sorry.
But I also felt like maybe he potentially knew a bit more than he was letting on. Now, the Lyman family in general was everywhere, all over this investigation. We introduced, and I said his name was Shane. I'd like to correct that record. His nephew, Shaner Broderick, who rather notoriously retraced the footpath of the killer with his two close friends. They were like, here it is. The Converse footprint is right here. They even created a map. Okay. Shaner even created a map of where exactly the killer walked, and the media used his map. And of course, Phil Lyman's car was in the driveway just 20 minutes before Phil Lyman reiterated to Fox News. It was just 20 minutes before I pulled into the driveway at my aunt's house and I parked my car. And then 20 minutes later, the killer was limping by. Now, I'll let you guys know that when our episode finished yesterday, I had a message or two from Phil Lyman, despite the fact that I had reached out to him hours before we began our show. And he was understandably upset. He, at first, was sort of focusing his energy toward Nick, the person that I told you worked on his campaign and just wanted to help out in the investigation. Now, Phil would like me to clarify that Nick never worked on his campaign. And by the way, I looked back and that was actually my mistake, not Nick's. I thought that when Nick had first introduced Lyman to me over the phone, that he said, oh, like I am, I'm working on his campaign. And apparently that was not accurate. So I take full credit for that. That was completely, again, something that I came up with by accident. Now, the other things that he was interested in me clarifying were also not really substantive issues. And I want to say that Nick, having not worked on his campaign, actually makes it even more odd that he would stop by his house this past Saturday. Well, regarding why, by the way, he stopped by Nick's house at all on Saturday, he said that it was because he was helping Nick out early on in the investigation. Yes, that is true. I told you guys that. And Nick was particularly asking him to determine who owned a white vehicle that was parked in the neighborhood, which was nearby where the shooter had walked. Nick lives nearby. And everyone locally had looked at this vehicle and said that it was remarkably suspicious. And Phil had come back to him and said, I can help you to just figure out more about this vehicle that was parked. Nick had nothing but a picture of that. But that was over 2 weeks ago. So I have no idea why that would have anything to do with why he was stopping by Nick's place. Obviously, that car is long gone. It's been gone. And the fact that it appeared and then disappeared is one of the reasons why Nick wanted somebody to look into it. So I'm not entirely clear why he needed to stop at Nick's house to speak to him and why that would be on his list of things to do. Now, I am told, according to a very strong source, that what Phil Lyman was doing in town on Saturday was he was meeting with Tim Ballard. That's totally random. Did not expect to hear that. Tim Ballard, if you are not familiar with him, is formerly of Operation Underground Railroad, which is a charity that is dedicated to helping to stop human sex trafficking. I even remember, by the way, when we were all speaking about that plane transponder that turned off, that the individuals that owned that plane were wearing an Operation Underground Railroad t-shirt. And so I wasn't expecting that. I am going to reach out to Tim Ballard. I know him. I've actually interviewed him, and I used to donate to that charity because I was so moved by my interview with him when I was working for Prager University. But moving on from that, Phil also disputes something that was quite strange, that Shaner Broderick is his nephew. I said, okay, wait a minute. Actually, Shaner Broderick literally posted that on his Instagram. He said, my uncle Phil Lyman. But Phil seems like he's trying to distance himself for some reason from Shaner. He said, actually, maybe Shaner's confused. We're just cousins. We're just cousins. Okay, well, Shaner must have been very confused because it was also posted on his LinkedIn as a connection that Phil Lyman was his uncle. It's probably part of the reason, politically speaking, that he was chosen for an internship with Senator Mike Lee of Utah. I feel like that was a little bit of political maneuvering. So I'm not clear why that he's suddenly saying that it's not his nephew. Anyway, it's not up to me. I'm not here to get into the middle of a family feud. But something interesting happened since our episode. Shaner completely wiped his LinkedIn page. Doesn't want us to know who he's connected to. He's also completely wiped his Facebook page entirely. And regarding his Instagram, he's privatized it, but he privatized it and then removed all of the photos of his investigation into who Charlie Kirk's killer was. Now, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that. I can't make sense of why you would just move to delete everything when I've reached out to you, as opposed to speaking to me about where you were, why you shot this video, and maybe sending me that video in general. But again, that is now a dead end. Now, I asked Phil Lyman 3 times via text whether or not he could help us, more importantly, identify the 2 individuals that were in the photo with his nephew or cousin, if you will. And he was kind of pretending to be confused about what photo in particular I was referring to, despite the fact that I sent it multiple times in the text chain. And then finally, he said that he had no idea who those 2 individuals were at all. I thought that's interesting. This is allegedly your nephew, cousin. You guys are all chilling on this block around the same time. He's with these 2 individuals. You've never heard of them. You've never seen them, nothing. Because I got to identify that guy in the blue hat. Many of you figured out, by the way, and wrote to the tips box exactly what we were interested about in that person with the blue hat. You noticed the same thing that we noticed. He kind of resembles, certainly more so than Tyler Robinson does, the blurred image of the individual that was coming up the stairs. I couldn't look away from that. I was going through the photos and I was going, I would just like to quickly identify that individual and check him off and just know where he was because, yeah, it looks to be about the same height. It's weird. Oddly, when I say oddly, I mean this has never happened in the history of all of our investigations. No one emailed us to say that they knew either of those 2 individuals, neither the blonde that's with Shaner or the person that is wearing the blue hat that is with Shaner. I said, that's weird. Nobody in the whole wide Candace Owens universe of investigation. It was making me believe maybe those 2 individuals are like, I don't know, from overseas. Like maybe they're not even American. And it turns out, yeah, we were able to identify one of those individuals in the photo, and he is Austrian. It's no wonder nobody recognized him. I mean, what? Austrian? What's this Austrian guy doing? How did we get here? Anyways, his name is Gurno Omer, and we were able to find that his face matched with photos from a blog post that was written in German that was basically entitled Anniversary Hike, 10 Years on Foot to the Sea. The blog is about a group of 30-year-olds who are recreating a hike that they took together when they were 20. Now, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, Gernot. I guess it is a common name in Austria. And there are a few photos of him that were available. We were able to find his face also matched up in a YouTube video for a company called Bearing Point, where he is seen with a group of people and is introduced as one of their software development teams, a member of one of their software development teams. So let's take a listen to that clip from YouTube.
This is the Bearing Point office in Graz. This is where Bearing Point's key technology competencies are concentrated. This is one of our software development teams. Some people are managers and some are not. It doesn't matter. It's all one team.
Very recently, he moved to Utah, according to his LinkedIn, which I hope doesn't get wiped. I'd love to get in touch with him. In May of 2024, he moved to Utah to become a software engineer for JP Morgan and Chase. And I guess the story goes that he became best friends with Shaner Broderick. I don't know. We'll find out. And he's like, didn't you just do a thing saying that you had this weird thing about bees and you thought there was something else going on? And my goodness, you guys, I almost jumped when I learned that website he was referring to, Buzzard and Bees, is a Gothic underground in Provo. Okay. So this is the website. It's a Gothic underground of all things in Provo, the website Buzzard and Bees. And they're speaking about a Gothic prom. That is where that person's face comes up, except he's wearing makeup to make him, look a little more Gothic. Take a look at this. I'm going to show you the side by side of this individual. And I am certain, can't say 100%, okay, because we need to find this person's name. But this is a match, okay? The ears, the chin, just everything about this individual is a match. But he is as of yet identified as unidentified, as a Gothic person. And he is also as of yet unidentified as the close friend of Shaner Broderick, who cannot be found anywhere else, or people are not familiar with this person. So I'm thinking maybe he also came from overseas.
Sorry, I was on mute. That was a little bit odd. The people look the same. So she is investigating. She's not making any claims that they are the same. She's implying that they do look very similar in their face structure and how they look. But if anyone has had any information on that individual so she can get in contact with him, contact her at tips@CandaceOwens.com. That's tips@CandaceOwens.com. Thank you. So that's a little bit weird. Mind you, Tyler Robinson went to another Utah school. He didn't go to UVU, he claimed. Plus, he never admitted to the murder. They're trying to push out a narrative that he admitted to everything. He did not. They supposedly talked to the trans man, Lance Twiggs, and Lance Twiggs showed them the text and everything else. Oh, my love, this is the step-by-step instructions of how I did it, my love. Oh, here, we'll package it up, give it to the public, and they'll believe a load of crap. they'll believe a load of BS. No 22-year-old talks like that. Let's be real here. No one says, my love, vehicle, squad car. You know who does talk like that? The squad. The FBI. They talk like that. But no one that's 22 years old, with all the chemicals and all the poison they put in our food and water, talks like that. That sounds like people from the 20s. Maybe when the FBI prompted AI to write messages between 22-year-olds, they said like in the 20s, but they meant like people in the 20s, because that is not how a 20-year-old talks. That's how people from the 20s may have talked. But yeah, it's very odd. Go watch her full episode, because every day what she's doing is very good. It is better than anything the FBI has given us so far. You know, the FBI has just lied to us probably every step of the way about what happened. And we deserve to know the truth. We demand the truth. And just because Kash Patel is in there doesn't mean I trust the FBI, especially when Trump signed the Genius Act. And I would have been against the Genius Act originally, but I guess so Trump supporters didn't get mad. What he told people is it wouldn't be CBDCs and all this other stuff that we do not want. But I have a video that I took from Instagram of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Steve Bannon saying that they were voting on CBDCs, while Marjorie Taylor Greene says, while everyone is so focused on the Epstein files, they are voting for CBDCs. We cannot let that happen. CBDCs will not be good for us unless we want to bend over and take it up the tuchus from daddy government, because we will not be allowed to buy or sell. They will control us. That is how they control the slaves. If you don't take your vaccine, if you don't do what we say, if you don't bend over and take it and praise us like your God, we will not let you buy and sell. We won't let you eat. Maybe we'll give you a bug or two, but we won't let you eat. You won't have money from us. Plus, they will use AI to get everyone on universal basic income so they can directly put it to us in the central bank digital currency. They will trickle in what they want. It won't be enough for anything. We won't be able to buy steaks. We'll be able to buy crickets. We won't be able to buy steaks. We won't be able to buy meat. We'll be eating like peasants. Do you know who will be eating like kings? The elites. They'll be eating like kings, but me and you will be eating like slaves. If we even eat at all. That's what we'll be eating like. So we cannot allow CBDCs in our society. It is very, very bad. I've made videos in the past about it, explaining all about it. So if you are not familiar with what those are and everything, then check out later videos. I have it labeled in the title of the videos, the banking system collapsing. Remember a couple years ago, several banks all collapsed. You know, it's going to be a financial collapse, and then they will issue in the central bank digital currencies. So one day you will wake up with no money in your account, and the government will step in and they'll say, oh, we'll help you out. We have a solution. We have central bank digital currencies. Yay! No. We want to own things. We want to eat what we want. And we don't want to be slaves to you or anybody. We have rights. So this is Marjorie Taylor Greene and Steve Bannon. Enjoy. Well, it's not really enjoy, but you know what I mean.
I'm very confused about the Genius Act. I thought there was a deal made by the president to make sure that included was going to be the central bank digital currency. There'd be no possibility of a backdoor to get that. So where are we?
Steve, let me explain something. In 1971, we went off of the gold standard. The Federal Reserve did that. And we went to cash, a cash society. And the value of the dollar has drastically gone down to the buying power is less than 10 cents now from where it was in the 1950s before we went off the gold reserve. What's happening today on July 17th in 2025 when no one is paying attention, no one's talking about it, everyone is in blind rage about the Epstein files, and I don't blame them. However, right now, what is being voted on today in Congress is the entire setup, groundwork, and entire infrastructure being laid to move from cash to digital currency. And the number one thing that is not happening today is a ban on a central bank digital currency. This means the ability for the government to take control of your digital bank account where all your money is and turn it off. And this is why I'm so upset and it's not being talked about. Steve, I was the only no vote on the rule last night. And Congress said
we definitely don't want that. When I found out that Trump signed a Genius Act for digital currency, I knew what it would lead to. I knew it was this. That is why I have been critical of what Trump has done. Trump has not ended the wars. He's only expanded wars. He signed the Genius Act, which will enter in a new banking system that we do not want because we'll be slaves. He's implemented a lot of AI along with Elon Musk. So, I mean, I voted for the man. I voted for the man twice. But I was critical with him on his vaccine stance, and I am critical of him now. Because it doesn't matter who is in office. If you are enacting a New World Order agenda, I will be critical of you. It doesn't matter if it's Biden. It doesn't matter if it's Trump. It doesn't matter if it's Kamala the Laughing Hyena. It doesn't matter. I want freedom. I know you want freedom too. You don't want to let the government decide what you eat, what you buy, what you sell, where you live, and what you drive. You want freedom of choice, and so do I. So that's why you gotta subscribe to me, like the video, share the video, take clips from the videos like I do, spread it around, post it on your socials so we get the word out. It is a team effort. We are all Charlie now, and we all have to rise and stand up and stand for what we believe. There is only one creator. That one is God, not the government. So thank you for watching me. Thanks for your support. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on social media. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my Rumble. It is a team effort, and we are in the info war together. Have a good day. I will be back tomorrow. Take care.